Okay, now, Dr. Bilski, many years ago, I chipped a tooth up front here, and I was a kid. What are you supposed to do? I just screamed, and I looked for it on the ground, and it wasn't there, and part of it was missing. But what should you do?
Okay. Again, if you are fortunate enough to see the piece that chipped off, grab it, wrap it in a handkerchief.
Something can actually be done with it then?
Yeah. That's what most people just like, it's on the ground, it's kind of dirty. No, kind of off topic, like when you get a tooth knocked out when you're a young kid, and it's a permanent tooth, either, it sounds gross, but if you're a mom, you would do this. You wrap your kid's tooth, your mom would grab your tooth, wrap it, and stick it in her cheek. Because I know, it sounds gross, but
well, mothers will do anything for their kids.
And I have children that would do the same, and I know what you're supposed to do. But anyway, when you have a chipped tooth, some people think the same way, and if you don't want to put the tooth in your mouth, you put it in the glass of milk. All right, if you don't have milk, go to the store, put it in milk.
I heard milk too.
Okay, and then there's some other kits that we send to the schools that it's a special solution, and you put it in it. But the chipping part is what we're talking about. If it's sizable and you can see it, bring it back, because we can just bond that piece back to your front tooth.
Wow.
We've done it many times.
No kidding. And does that bond last for?
It can.
Long time.
It can. When we say the problem with that is we don't know how active the kids are. Yeah. We're talking about kids, adults, the same thing. If you chip your tooth and it's a substantial piece, bring it with you, and we'll see if we can bond it back into place. Now, if it has a cavity in the tooth, and that kind of all bets are off on that, because that's typically what happens with adults. There's a cavity, the tooth breaks, there's the piece, and there's no foundation. I can't just float it in there. But typically that, if you cannot find the piece of tooth, then we have bonding techniques, which I think nowadays most people understand that terminology. We actually have acrylics that closely, if not identically, match the natural enamel, and then we just kind of putty it in there, shape it, polish it, and you're out the door.
So remember, if you can find the tooth, but don't worry with Elmer's glue, okay? It ain't gonna work. Just
no. Gorilla glue, no. Super glue. Now here's the thing: we do have people that do that.
Oh, you do not.
Yes. The good news is it doesn't really work that well in the mouth.
So you're able to get it off
and we fix it up. So
all right. So
just don't do it, because then it makes more work for me.
Yeah. No Elmer's. Just go to Bilski Dental.
Right.
Thanks a lot.